Welcome to the Roundtable, episode 23. That's right. We have some surprises, some really interesting topics, and apparently we have somebody with a sign back there that wants everyone to see. So let's just get right into it and introduce everyone. You guys are going to switch it up a little bit, talk about some crazy stuff, but maybe not that crazy. Maybe this is some really legit stuff that you all need to hear. So we got a couple guest co-hosts, we got our regular co-hosts, and we have some topics that you're not going to want to miss. So let's just tap right in. We got our sister Denise right here. How are you, sis?
Hey, hi, good sister. How are you?
Right, and we got, look at our brother. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Strange days. How are you?
Good, ladies. How you guys doing?
Good. Going across the line here. And we got House of Tattoos. How are you, hermano?
Good. How you ladies doing? How you doing? Strange days.
Good.
Good to see you, brother.
Good,
And we
sir.
got
Good.
this beauty right here. Randy Jean, how are you, girl?
Hi.
Good to see you.
Okay. Nice to see you.
Yes, check it out. I know. I'm like, this is a nice little, I like the way this looks. We've already got some people in the house, you guys. We got Jerry. That's right, Jerry. He's saying, what's up, Randy?
Nick, you want
Let me
Nick?
get into the comments right here real quick.
That's
I'd
it.
like to see the comments.
Get into it. That's right. Brenda Love, what's good, girl?
Saludos, everybody. Brenda Love, Nick Salas,
Jerry Fuentes.
Rusted Joint, Andreas Juarez.
Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, we all appreciate
Yes.
you being here. This is going to be fun because last week, if you weren't here, we talked about doing an entire show that was sort of dedicated to conspiracy theories, or theories that might not necessarily be a conspiracy, but maybe all of us have not really heard of. So I guess we should probably get right into it. I feel like we've got enough topics that it would take us a while to go around and see how everybody's week was. But does anyone have anything super exciting they want to share about their week, or do we just hop into it?
No, nothing exciting, but just work. Helping a homie paint his top of his ride.
Okay.
Do his metallic paint job on the top of his roof.
Nice.
But other than that, just same old thing, same old stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
same routine now. Got the same routine. Yep, every day except on Friday. Friday's changed up a little bit, but
That's right. Okay, well let's see. So I feel like we've got several topics, but just to start off, we were talking about last week the whole. Okay, first of all, before we get started, let me just say this, so YouTube hears me and anyone else. We are discussing some topics that are for entertainment purposes. And we're not trying to push anything on anyone. We're throwing some things out there just to be thought provoking. And with that in mind, please just, open your mind, open your ears, and just have fun with it. We're not trying to push anyone's thoughts to go one way or the other.
yep.
But
No throwing punches.
That sounds fishy. I mean,
right. So the first topic we're going to jump into is there were these fires in Maui, and I didn't really hear a whole lot about it at first until there was this clip that came up with was it Oprah and The Rock?
Yep.
Okay.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play like a few seconds of that, their actual clip where they're asking for money to be donated. So let's check that out, and you guys let me know what you think afterwards. Just a minute.
thank you, Brenda.
We were so concerned about what was happening in Maui that we were texting back and forth. And I read this article that Dolly Parton had given money in her community. And I said, I think this is the answer. You said, I think that's the answer.
I said, I love it.
And so we have created the People's Fund of Maui that will put money directly in the hands of the people who need it right now. So if you send a donation, just click where you see below and send a donation. That money is going to go to one of many residents who have been displaced in Maui. We guarantee.
That's right. And I know a lot of people out there, as Oprah and I have been finding, are just having a hard time trusting where the money goes. What organizations should I send money to? How can I help? In this case, the fund that we created with a lot of hard work from a lot of hardworking people who all care about these people of Maui. As Oprah was saying, it is a clean, direct from you directly to their hands, and right away with some real immediacy, because as we're finding, as you guys around the world know, with disasters like this, the number one need is money.
Is money.
In hand.
And so people being able to have their own agency, being able to make decisions for themselves about what they need and what their family needs, that's our goal, is to get that to the people.
Okay. You guys get the picture. So they're basically, you know, are asking for money for the people. And I looked up, you know, I Googled, what is this fund? And it says, you know, apply for direct assistance today. People's Fund of Maui is providing direct financial assistance to Maui community members experiencing devastation and loss from the fires in Lehana and Kula. Adults 18 plus who have lost their primary residence in the recent fires are eligible to receive up to $1,200 per month. I don't know. I'm going to start with you, Randy. Do you feel this is just a good gesture, or do you think there is something deeper to this?
Well, they're telling that information wrong. It's only $700.
Correct.
And there's individuals from the land actually speaking about how upset they are with it. They actually go to the council and talk in front of everybody and express how much they're hurt by this and how the people have to come together with $700 to put a whole city back together.
Right.
Wow.
So it's just, it's crazy. Like, you just took their home and their home is not $700.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more than $700. That's not even a paycheck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to them too, right there, it's pennies, right?
It's, to me, it's like, how stupid do you think we are?
Yeah.
Period.
Isn't the
And
cost?
why are you playing with human beings like that when you're supposed to be we're supposed to follow you. We're supposed to trust you with everything in our being, with our families.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's going on is not cool. And I can't say that I know what's going on because I'm not the one that's behind doing it or they're dealing with it. But I can say this right now, that it's fishy.
Yeah.
It's not right. Nothing adds up.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In Hawaii, isn't it more expensive to live in Hawaii?
Yes.
It is. So that $700 is nothing.
And where are the kids?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about where the kids are. Where are these children?
Yeah.
And why would you send them home and not when the parents are there? Because you got them all at work doing their 9 to 5s. So it's all, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm to the point to where it's like the islander in me wants to go over there and help, but I'm at the point where they're at my 9 to 5. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Does
You see what I'm
anybody
saying?
know
So
if
they leave it to where they have no help. And then when they have the help, Red Cross is keeping everything from them.
Jeez.
All the donations that are coming in are sitting there on the beach
Damn.
with guards around them telling them they cannot have what people have given to them. So the people that are on the island are getting on their jet skis and they're going over there past them to the people that are on the island on the other side, getting stuff from them.
Damn.
Wow.
So once again, it's their people helping their people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we're their people. Even though we're separated by water, we're still supposed to be together. And it's just, they have us all united and confused on purpose. That's where the racism comes back up. Then,
where are you getting this information, Randy?
there's a lot.
No, where are you getting this information from right here?
I have a lot. I send a Jen off different platforms. I weigh out the pros and cons of them. I go with my instincts, my intuition. It's nothing that I know for facts, but what I do sense is it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Something is wrong here. And then this 15-minute city, that was talked about before this, when they said no the first time to you cannot have the land, and then all of a sudden, oh, no, that doesn't.
And
It
do you know
doesn't work
why
that
it
way.
took forever to do you know why it took the president forever to get them water? Even that simplest thing was like held for 5 hours, right?
Yep.
That don't make sense at
So
all.
they can get sicker from the smoke and ventilation and all that.
Hey, first of all, somebody screwed up somewhere because they should have sounded the alarm off a long time at the beginning, right? Somebody screwed up.
Okay, that's the part I was going to ask next. You know, I haven't really dived super deep into this, but I did, hear enough. Whenever I guess the fire started early during the morning hours, and whatever the alarm system there is on the island never sounded off from what locals are saying, and that's really
There was never an alarm.
Well,
There
what
was
when
road
they
dogs,
when they
cops
were
blocking
talking
the
to the
roads like at 11 o'clock when it started.
when they were talking to the guy that was supposed to sound the alarm, he says he didn't sound it because it was only supposed to be used for tsunamis. But they
The
were
mayor.
telling him no, not tsunamis, for fires and everything, any kind of danger.
Yeah, they
So
have
he
Oprah
screwed
on
up.
the island.
Yeah.
yeah. Have you been
Now,
hearing?
Oprah Winfrey, was that her property there in Hawaii?
Yes, and it's not touched. Not a hair.
Yeah,
Not
check
a
it
leaf.
out. Let me
Green
see.
was green,
Let me make sure. I think I did screenshot something on that.
And she bought.
If you got that meme I sent the other day, Jen, I don't know if you got it or not, but
I think
it's like it's a meme of her sitting in front of her window, and the grass is all green. Oprah's like watching in a big old window, and she's looking at the fire, and her grass is so green, or so pretty, her house, and it's like what? That was just like a
it's about
meme.
money. It's about money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had pulled up something here that says she actually owns 1,000 acres of land there, which is untouched from these fires. So that's pretty crazy. And this fund that was started, that I was like, okay, how much did she donate? It said in the wake of the devastating wildfires that swept through Maui, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently launched a relief fund. Okay, and I kept trying to ask, what did she donate?
Yeah.
It says the fund included an initial contribution of $10 million from Oprah and Johnson, and some people questioned why weren't they donating more.
It's really nothing like.
So allegedly there's $104 million that has been donated so far.
But have they got it?
Right, that's the question. Yeah.
So what can that build out there, huh?
I don't even know where to start with that much money.
I'm not laughing. It's a joke. Yeah. She possibly will buy some more land. Who knows?
Yeah, because they can't afford to fix it.
Or the rich might come in and do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And reason for everything, and that's what's going on. Like you see it in California.
Mm-hmm.
You see it everywhere here, and that's the way things are going now these days. What's that? What's that? Strange Days?
Gentrification.
Yeah.
I like to put a little bit of my input in on that, and it's just a bunch of hogwash, honestly. First and foremost, the Hawaiians didn't want us there from the get-go. You know what I mean? So, ever since we got there, our government, they basically corrupted the land. Right now, what's going on, in my opinion, is a land grab, and it's all set up perfectly for them. I know that we were talking about DEWs, and that's a huge possibility. However, Randy, Jean, it seems like you are one that has a lot of knowledge on certain things. Have you ever heard of the gentleman Dutch Sense, that he does the earthquake reviews and stuff like that?
No.
Anyway,
I believe I have seen him.
Okay, cool. Well, there's a lot of basically, right now, I think it's the big volcano. I forgot what it's called, Mauna Loa or something like that. It's actually erupting right now, And
I've seen that. I've seen that.
a lot of the times before a volcano starts to erupt, the ground heats up, and there will actually be fires that will erupt naturally due to like methane pockets and just from volcanic activity coming up to the surface. I believe in DEWs. In this case, I don't think that's what it was. I do think it's from the volcano that is erupting right now. I think the ground has gotten so hot that it started to create fires, and there's been a lot of like people doing videos like showing the water. The water was starting to boil, so that's basically the ground starting to cook underneath. Right now, it's really, really explosive, the volcano. So I think that's where it came from regarding the fires. But the government is taking major, like they're just taking advantage of the situation. Yes, they do want all the Hawaiians out of there. They want the land. Supposedly, it's supposed to be for one of the new electric or smart cities.
Yes.
That's what they're trying to make it.
Yep.
And I really do believe that. And the Hawaiians, they're like, hey, all of a sudden you guys mentioned this, and now this happens, and now all this is going on. And with regards to Oprah and The Rock, dude, like, why are you asking us to donate? You guys are the billionaires. Why don't you just take care of it in one shot and be the hero of the day? So it's just a bunch of hogwash, and a lot of respect to the natives over there. Like I said, they never wanted us there from the get-go. I mean, I'm not talking us, it's our government. And I'm going all the way back to Pearl Harbor. That was all hogwash. Even going back to then, they let Pearl Harbor happen just like they let 9/11 happen. Okay.
Yep.
So Randy, Gene, I like where you're coming from, and I really, just would like and hope that everybody here just has an open enough mind to really just to understand what's really going on, because our government is against us in point blank period.
Can I say something to that, Strange Ace? I started listening. I seen the thing that you sent me and stuff like that, right? And I watched it, and from my opinion, I see things like that happening. Our government can be real rude. And look at the Marshall Islands. Look what they did to them. Use them as guinea pigs, man. The bomb, So our government ain't innocent when we do things, But right now, I think what happened there in Hawaii, you have a point there. It's about property. It's about ownership and about new things. So let's get rid of these people to move in the big city that they wanted to do. So I do agree with some things like that, I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, but I do believe that our government does do some wrong things, man.
Well, you have to remember that, I don't mean to cut you off, excuse me, but this is the same government that came over in 1492 and before to come conquer this land. It's the same government. You know what I mean? And, so, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's just
Randy, you're too quiet. I want to hear more of your. I'm not a conspiracy type person either, but I like to hear. Where all that's coming from. Like, so Oprah's initial, her initial buy-in, all that property was because she want part of that smart. What is it called?
Just 15 minutes or smart city.
Smart city.
So that's why she bought it.
Can you explain that a little bit? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
I can send you the videos I have on it, but it's basically like she just wants all the land so she can get and make it like everything smart, like digital, like upgraded, like
your windows you can
use, high tech
on your phone, right? For instance.
Yes.
Like that, like smart.
Yeah.
Also, too, I mean, regarding that, it's what they're trying to do is make everything so compact in a certain small area where you're not driving vehicles, you're riding your bike. And if you're driving a vehicle, it's electric. Okay. Yep. And so they want to have everything in a really small zone, but where you can go in an elevator and you go to this floor for this and this floor for that, but just in a really, really small area. But you have to understand, I mean, our grid can't even handle the power needs that, what they're projecting for these cars. We don't have the power for that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a catch-22. And,
what's going to happen if your power goes out?
Exactly. And what happens if the government wants your power to go out? Then you're stuck,
Just do it. Do it.
It's not a
Everything
conspiracy.
with-
It's a reality, you know, and these are things I think that we are going to be seeing in the future, you know, and we just got to be ready for it. You know what I mean?
You know
And,
what? Strange days, right here where I live at, there's 3 stories going up. Like they're just packing people on top of people and confining them in small areas. You know,
Yep.
and this is
Like
a big
iRobot.
industrial area here, man. And they're trying to turn it like China. You know, and everybody's competing with everybody. But China, if you see how they live just all in small rooms. The houses are small. They're 3 stories, and they expect you to see. In the United States, we live lavishly, you know, big houses or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
we're very
Compared to
spoiled.
other countries, yeah. But we pay the price too. You know,
We do.
yeah, we pay the
We do.
price.
You know, regarding that, what you were saying around what you're saying about China, you're true. It's true what you're saying. What the deep state, in my mind, and the powers that be want is, you know, for the U.S. to become like China. What they want from us is to become those factory workers. The way they work like crazy in China, the way they go hard. It's like, hey, we only want you to have this. This is what you can have. The powers that be in the world, they want the power to go to China, and the U.S. right now is so-called number 1, but that's done. Honestly, in my opinion, that's done.
Going
The
down.
East,
Oh,
we're
they
we're,
already got
we're we're considered the West. The East is like China, Russia. They're done with us, dude. They're done. So they're, again, the powers that be, they want the power to go to China. They want China to be number 1, you know.
Yep.
And so that's why you see so much, in my opinion, so much of implosion in the U.S. right now regarding, you know, all these different things that are going on, LGBT, whatever that is,
We are
BLM,
breaking away.
everything, 19, the sleever, the shots, everything. I mean, we are imploding from the inside.
Hey,
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
what you're talking about right now, because when we talk about artificial intelligence, that has to play a role in
That's
what
a big part of it. A big part of it,
a
no
big
doubt.
part of it, brother.
yeah, we're gonna get on to that. Hey, E, have you been hearing about
What's
this?
up, E-Vision? How you doing?
Shout out
What's
to
up, everybody? How you guys been?
Good.
Good to have you.
I know, right? I've been telling you I'm trying to get on here for a minute.
Right? Like phone tag. We're doing like trying to get together.
Hey, at least I know it's balanced now. We got 3 dudes in there
Oh,
and 3
right.
girls, man. Hey,
Now it's
I
a
told
fair
you,
fight.
I'm not outnumbered no more. Not outnumbered.
Tough now, huh? That's right. So what have you been hearing about this situation, E?
No, I didn't even catch it. What are you guys talking about?
The fires that are happening over there in
Oh, in Maui.
Yep.
And
Oh, yes.
you know, I guess I don't know. People are saying that it goes a lot deeper than just fires. There's a lot of unaccounted for minors and people and things that are just not adding up.
Yeah, you know, I heard a little bit about it, but I don't really watch the news.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from the news because, you know, there's really nothing good going on TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing about the I just want to get this in, and you guys discussed it a little bit ago. The thing about that was, again, the mayor, he didn't want to sound the alarm, and they had the power to restore the power. They were able to restore the power, and they didn't. It took them 8 hours, and that power had to do with the water, you know, being pumped over there so they can help extinguish fires. And they did not turn the power on for 8 hours. So, what do you know? What that's a bunch of hogwash. You know what's to say about that? You know?
You know what I seen out there is I seen when everybody was in the ocean, there was people in the ocean, but I didn't see that part where was bubbling. You know what I'm saying? But I did see smoke and people in the ocean. You know, I'm like, damn. Hopefully they don't get eaten by sharks. You know.
Yeah,
Right.
Seeing that, like, that broke my heart. Seeing everybody out there, you know, trying to
salute those goats.
Survive. Yeah, what's up, the goats? Shout out.
Timo, Floyd.
Cheers to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.
Oh, guys. That's right. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought, you know, it's kind of trippy to hear about all that, and then certain people are saying there's still young people that are missing. I'm trying to be careful with my words, and are
2000.
not accounted for, and that's a
Yeah,
whole other situation, you know?
right.
I've heard of over honestly 2,000 youngins being
Yep.
disappeared, and they're just not talking about it. Yeah, that's an issue. And you know
And
what? Where's the president at? Come on now, help us out or help
On
the people
vacation.
out. Let's do this.
Can't interrupt his vacation.
These mimis.
the funny thing is, why was there orders for nothing to be in the skies and there's a chopper in the sky?
Yeah.
And you can, I have the video on it, Jen. I'll send you one.
Yeah, send it to me.
But
That's crazy.
why are you guys over the houses where the kids are missing?
Wow.
There's a lot more going on. It's just ugly and evil.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you, Randy. I hear you.
And it's disgusting. Those are not their babies. And we are not owned by anybody because someone signed a birth certificate.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Randy?
Yeah.
Yes, it's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you, Randy. My bad.
I was
been a
like,
long week.
"Dang, being all unsociable."
It's been a long week.
Yeah, yeah.
You good?
Huh?
Randy King.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
No.
I'm still celebrating the Cowboys win.
Oh, I knew this was gonna be. Yeah.
Shoot, like, it was more than a win. That was a
Wait. You got go ahead.
Hey, I won't say much for my team, man. But you know,
Wow.
hey, I can take a beating, but we're still gonna get up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never quit. Never quit.
You know, I'll tell you, man. I never, even as a child, I guess because my dad didn't. I don't know, but I never watched football. I still don't. I don't even know how to. I don't know the rules. I just know you catch the ball and run for the, that's all I know. I really don't know anything else. But yeah, I just never been interested in football. But I know like most people are.
Yeah. That's
I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right? Let's see. Let's go on. Okay. I know we brought this up on the last segment last week anyways, and we were talking about how AI is really taking over a lot of our tech stuff, and it's becoming a big issue. Have you guys had any experience with AI, artificial intelligence, and have you had anything that you would want to share that you think is needs to be known?
I have a story.
All the fake celebrities trying to fake us out. The queen's son's wife glitching.
Huh? Right? Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's so much,
Like,
so much. It's
Cardi
just,
B.
where do you start?
Right.
Where do you start with all this?
Frankie, you say, yeah.
I'm like, there's so much.
It is. It's like, where do you start? And it points back to the government. It all I don't know how much we could talk, but it all goes back to them, And
Yeah, and they put it right in front of your face and then go, it's fake, it's fake, it's
Yeah.
fake. It's just like when they say nonfiction, fiction, nonfiction.
Yeah.
Let me just add real quick. Just remember that the news, Fox,
I don't
CNN,
watch
all that
it.
stuff. That's your enemy. It's your
Yep, I
enemy.
don't watch it.
All they do is lie to you. So you cannot rely on the mainstream media for any of your real deal news. You have and you have to question everything now. Everything. And I don't mean to cut anybody off, but yeah, please do.
No,
I
you're
agree
right.
with you on that point because one time I saw the news and there was a big hurricane or something. I think it was Florida, and the ladies all going like this, like everything's flying real. And there's a guy walking across the street real calm.
I've seen that.
They over exaggerate. That's their job. Okay,
it is.
Their choice of
machines.
words. They got to over exaggerate and make things crazy. And I'm watching. I'm like, man. I really, again, like he said, I really don't watch too much of the news. I used to be a big news guy, but it's really not good for me. Am I aware of things that happen in the world? Yeah, I'll check in here and there, but I'm careful on what I hear and what I like to hear because I like to keep my peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this is I want to share this with you guys real quick, and this is just something because of the how I think, how before I used to be into this world and be about everything and But now I go by Isaiah 8:12.
Mhm.
Do not call conspiracy everything, okay? Do not call conspiracy everything. This people calls it conspiracy. Do not fear what they fear and do not dread it. So everything that they're saying, take it like a grain of salt because it's on all God Almighty's hands, you know? So it's good to be aware of what's going on, but don't stress yourself out to where, you know, it's going to make you like, God, I'm losing sleep or this, I'm worried about it. Nah, you prepare
Yeah,
yourself, you know,
you're so
and
right.
yeah, you prepare yourself and then go from there, you know, but don't panic and don't do this and that.
You know,
And do not fear.
I appreciate your words, and you know, and from you know, so what I could say about that is, you know, I feel like as long as you're good with your creator, you know, like there's going to be things going on outside your home that you cannot control that are going to be really evil and sinister. But like you said, you cannot control it. What you need to just worry about is yourself and your family. Make sure you guys are good, and you know, just be good with your creator. And I think in the end, it'll be all good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be
That's right.
scared. Just be prepared. You know?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, on the AI, it's kind of like I was watching a lot of videos on it, right?
Mhm.
And they got it's been around since 1950 is when AI was developed. To 1956 is where it started, you know. So it's been here for a long time already. So
Mhm.
now it's just increasing and getting better and better, and it's moving rapidly, and we're in competition with other countries trying to outdo each other. So
Mhm.
AI says we have to be very careful because it's going to be destructive towards us. And I agree on that. You know, it's there because they ask AI questions about taking over the world and destroying humans. And it's a fact. The AI acknowledged, yeah, we're going to outdo the human beings. We're smarter than them. You
Mhm.
know, we could calculate things. There was a AI that literally tried to, could get into the military uh, weaponry and set it off,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that we have to be careful of, man, because it's going to happen. You know, see, don't worry about it. Just keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
For
things
sure.
like that are real, and you don't hear about them, but when you see things like that, it's real, man.
Yeah.
It's real. Yeah.
That's crazy. I had seen a video earlier because I was looking up a couple things on AI just to see what comes up. And there was a lady, she has a channel, but it's not typically about that kind of stuff. But she was just testing the theory, you know? And she
Right.
was
Yes.
like, let me test this out and see how it does with my banking. And she tested out this little AI program and had it was her brother, I think, it was a male, but pretending to be her voice and face, and he got access to her bank through some program that she had downloaded. Yeah, so I was like, damn, that's no good.
You know what that is it's my son showed me it just recently. I don't know, it's called chat box. What? Let me see.
I don't know.
I'll show you what it is. I'll tell you what it is right now. It's called Chat GPT. And you know
Okay.
what? In there, you could ask it questions. It'll write things for you, um, which I did. You know, it's like you can ask it questions. And now they're saying it's more conscience, has a conscience than it before it didn't. Now they're saying it does because they're asking questions and it has it's starting to get feelings, you know.
Mind of
So
its own.
yes,
It
exactly.
reprograms itself. It has
Yeah.
the
Y-
okay. There's so much I can talk. I'll
I
let you
know,
guys
Randy.
speak.
Stop
Say it.
being so
Hey,
quiet.
Well,
there's
no,
a
I'm not
movie
going
going
to
to be
interrupt
coming
it.
out.
There's rude.
No, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead and delve
Okay,
into
there's
it.
this machine, and it has a conveyor belt. Okay, and there's another machine right next to it. Right, the other machine gets the packaging wrong, so it sends it on its way like it's supposed to. You know what I mean?
I seen
It
that.
goes to the other machine, and the other machine takes it, flips out because it's not right, and then kills the dude and throws him across the warehouse.
What?
What?
And he's
Is this a
I
movie?
seen that.
reprogramming itself. It's like, how could a machine feel anger? or distressed or mad or
Yeah.
any of that.
Feelings, yeah. And all that.
They
It's
do now
because
because
it's downloading all of it.
we're
Terminator
programming
was
it.
getting all in his feelings, huh?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying
See,
to get
we're
out of
programming it to do that, and not only are we programming it, it's learning on itself now because it's watching people and it's learning and it's observing. So that's
Algorithms.
algorithm.
Yes.
It's destroying. Yep.
That's crazy.
I have one little story to share with you, and basically they were testing AI flying drones, and so they all had guns on the drones. There was like 50 drones they were testing, but they had no live ammo. Okay, the actual drone thought it had it thought it had live ammo, so it actually turned to the operator, the guy on the joystick that was playing like the arcade, controlling him. It tried to shoot him, but it had no bullets. So this AI, yes, it has a mind of its own, and it is our enemy. It's going to be one of the prolific things that is going to be a part of, like, the end times and stuff like that. It is an issue.
You know what? You're right. You know why? There was a person that asked AI about Revelations, the book of Revelations. Write a sermon on the book of Revelations, and AI plays a role. And they were talking about someone, and I'm going to break it down real simple, about putting a chip in the head. Who's doing that now? Elon Musk wants to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
The chip.
Yeah.
Yes.
But and then it started going on and on. Yes, we're going to go through those things, and AI is going to be a part of it. Okay. Yeah. That was.
I ain't getting no chips. I ain't getting no sleevers. I ain't getting nothing.
My daughter went to one of these Whole Food, like a market, and you could actually pay with your hand.
That's like
Amazon, right?
Look, Mom, I go, but how? How? You have to have the chip. You have to have that chip, right, in order to pay with your hand. But
Well, that says in the Bible too. But one thing AI did conclude in his sermon is that in the finale, God is gonna win. That's what he said. That's what AI said. Yeah.
We all saw at the bottom of the Jordan River.
But we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to go the. Well, if God picks you up first, and takes you with him, then you don't have to worry about the things that you're gonna have to go through. But it's crazy, but
it's crazy.
It's reality. But don't be scared of it, because God says, "Do not fear. Don't have no fear."
No doubt.
That's right.
I just say, everybody watch your babies. Watch them even at school.
Yeah, that part too.
Right now more than ever.
Even at the doctors, everywhere, dentists, everywhere. Watch your babies and read over
letting grown
that's too big of a word. Look it up.
Letting grown men into restrooms that try to look like women when your kid's in the bathroom, nah, chala, that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean?
Never.
So why can't they just have a third bathroom? Is my thing.
There you go.
Right? That's what I'm saying. All these men that want to be women.
But then the other people are gonna be offended by that.
Oh well.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah,
Tell them to get out their feelings.
Yeah.
It's about the kids.
We evolved just like the robots, y'all.
That's a good one, Jen.
Hey, trying to add a little,
Who taught you that? Cholo Trucker? Did he teach you how to do that?
No,
or what?
I taught myself something today, believe it or not.
All right, Jen. Hey, that's cool. That's good, man.
Sure.
I got something else for you.
So you're progressing there, Jen. Look at that.
Progressing now.
Right.
Yeah,
That was a good one, Jen.
I'm like feeling the same with the whole bathroom thing. Nah,
Hey, can we talk about the mosquitoes with the
yeah. So okay, let me play this.
Randy.
Right.
To you.
Yeah, Randy. Shout out to Randy. To me, to us.
I'm just glad you got it. Oh.
Yeah, check out this little clip though of these mysterious mosquitoes, and you guys in the chat and everyone on the panel, let us know what you think after.
Randy, do you know where that was at?
Florida.
In Florida.
In Florida?
Yeah.
It's in Florida.
Is it?
Right over the Keys too.
Pero que no estará tirando ahí porque
Oh, moving. That's crazy.
Whatever that is, it cannot be good. That's for sure.
Doesn't
Right.
that feel like, I don't know. So this was in Florida, yeah, and there was some more sightings just like that in Alabama, right?
Yes.
I'm not too sure. What is the whole get down with the mosquito thing, Randy? What are they saying is in
They're saying it's you remember how we were on lockdown? Well, y'all get bit, guess what? You're getting sick.
so allegedly there's
Allegedly, my bad. Allegedly, you're
Right.
Hey, you know what, Randy? I've been getting attacked by them big time over here, man. Cutting the yard, being outside, big time. But you know, it's crazy.
Be
But
careful with that. They're carrying all these diseases. That's
yeah,
what they're saying.
that remind me of back in the days when they did the malathion spraying over here. You know,
I remember that house.
remember the fruit flies?
What
And they were
happened to
just
The
that?
man
around
in the springs. I remember.
nighttime. Yeah,
You guys
Yep.
remember the locusts?
yeah.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
was
outbreak of the
crazy.
locusts.
And who's to say that it didn't affect some of us from that stuff they're spraying in the air? You know what I'm saying?
House. I mean, it's like spraying Raid over everybody. How can
Right.
Raid be good for us? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I tell people that because just a quick, I'm going to tell you a little bit about back in the days.
Hmm.
When I was a kid, right? My brother used to drink a lot, my older brother, right?
Mhm.
And we lived poorly, and I'm not going to lie. And there was a lot of us, 12 of us, okay? He woke up one day spraying right in the house, closed. It was closed, and it was like 2 a.m. And it was like, and I'm like, I woke up, couldn't breathe properly, bro. And I said, what is this guy trying to do? Kill us? You know?
Mhm.
But that's true. That's why I tell people, you know, when you spray that stuff, it goes airborne. You know, you got to be careful of that stuff. And
It's
it's
everything.
yeah, it's dangerous. Just like all the weed killer, the weed killing stuff,
Yeah, and now they
the
even have
pesticides.
lawsuits. Like people,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, for the weed killer, like they're saying it can cause all kinds of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ev-
And we
everything,
have people with asthma, you know.
yeah.
everything unorganic is cancerous. Everything. I mean, I don't, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I mean, long time ago, I mean, when you go to the market, you find this little organic section, you know what I mean? And it's very small and you have to pay the price for that. Everything else in that place is genetically modified. It has metals, it has rubbers. I mean, it's just, we all eat it unless you're eating completely organic, you know what I mean? So what I'm
That's
trying to say
true.
is that almost everything, if it's not organic or natural, real natural organic, gives you cancer, unfortunately. Did the indigenous people, did they get cancer? There was we didn't hear about cancers. We didn't hear
Because they
about
were,
any of this new stuff. Now
yeah.
we hear about it.
I
It
have
was,
cancer.
My mom was like, what?
I heard about you, Randy, and I'm glad that you're a cancer survivor, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Awesome. No,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
cancer right now, stage 3.
Oh no.
Okay, well, we're prayers
Prayers,
to you,
man.
definitely
Third
prayers. Okay,
Yes, yes.
I'm
Sure.
My
sure that's
son,
hard.
my son
Oh,
is a
I'm gonna
cancer survivor. That's
or
it.
kick it out of the USA, man. I'm telling you, they can have it
Hey,
back.
It's
yeah.
you know,
Amen.
that helps a lot is when your mind and how you think, and you'll heal yourself. My son's a cancer survivor, and thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Right.
Strong-minded.
Yeah, you have
thyroid.
that does play a role in it, man. You know, when I earlier the C word, when I had it, it took me out for a year and a half. But when they gave me all the medicines from the hospital, I didn't take them. I just let my body do its job.
Right
And
on.
it
That's
took a
funny
while,
you say that
but
because I've noticed that when I don't take my thyroid medicine, I feel better.
Really?
yeah, yes.
I believe it.
Hey,
And
some
I
medicines.
notice when I start taking it, I feel like
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
body heavy, just bleh.
You
I guess
feel
you could
sick,
say.
right?
Yeah, that's a trip.
I mean, you would be surprised, what just like with natural organic medicines and like herbs and just eating right and just doing all the right things can do, as opposed to taking all the synthetics.
True.
But it's
That's
not
very
the
true,
same
bro.
now with the food
Yeah.
being
I agree
modified
with
and
you
the
there,
meat
man.
being grown and allegedly, all this,
Yeah. Have you,
So I don't. It's hard
do
to
you,
do that.
yeah, yeah. Do you eat like a certain, did you switch up what you eat at all, or you just kind of going about it your own way?
I started meditating and my chakras and all that, and I have my crystals and I wear them around my neck most of the time
Mm-hmm.
when I'm on live. I don't have it on right now,
Saludos,
but
Tony.
I
Ashley.
I'm a hippie, barefoot in the grass. The earth gives me. I'm a Virgo. I'm a tree. I'm a big mama.
All right.
Shout
So
out to the Virgos.
and yes, he's just talking about his lawn just a minute ago, but being at one with yourself and your mind, like he said, if nothing can break your mind, then nothing can have you.
Mm.
You guys all have to remember that our bodies are water mostly. So what's being allegedly said now with the metals in the food is why they put it in the food is because they're going to start playing these frequencies, allegedly, to
Correct.
where it rips out of our organs and our bones.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
5G
why
has a lot to do with
everywhere
that.
gold, silver, diamonds, and all this other stuff, that's going to be literally like when you go into, well, allegedly, when you go into one of those machines and you're not supposed to have the stuff on it, will literally rip out of you. That's what it's going to be like.
Oh, the
If it
MRIs. Yeah,
happens
the
that
MRI. Yeah.
Yes. So, or EKG, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. So if you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
into anything that has radiation in it like that, it will literally take your lip ring out. You have to take every metal off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have metal on you, they'll place a like if you have a titanium leg or something,
like a
or
heavier,
they'll put up like a thing over you to where
Yeah.
they doesn't hit that part of your body.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the way that everything's going on with the frequency stuff. It's like they have just numerous ways to. Why would you think that way about your own? No, that's my thing. Why would you even have that
Mm-hmm.
when you should be looking around what to protect us from, not concentrating how to supposedly destroy us.
Depopulation.
And that's the thing. And that's where it goes again with the whole 750 and the 5 and the whole 2 and you know what I mean? What they said it was, oh, what years? Oh, I need to get my years. Right now I'm not even up to that. But yeah. So supposedly years back it was 2,000 people. That was what, 90 maybe. And then up towards the 2000 it went to 5,000. Now it's 7 something supposedly. Well, not if you take away those 2,000. Never mind. But so anyways, yeah. So and they're not counting what the fires are killing. They're not counting. That's just the children. You know what I mean? What about with adults? Have we heard any numbers on the adults? No, nobody's putting numbers on adults. And there was a senior home there.
Oh, wow.
So it's just a lot of stuff's going on. Like I could bounce everywhere, but it's just like I got so much on it. But I don't like let it consume me. I just know what's going on, and I know that I'm not playing it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
You know that right now there's they were saying, I was watching a thing on TV on YouTube, that they were talking about the population in the United States is going to be dropping big time, and just in the United States, man. And that's happening, and people are not going to be having babies and this and that. But you know what? You know who's playing a part in this? AI intelligence is playing a part in this, and AI intelligence is capable of manipulating human beings because it's so smart. So with stuff that it puts on YouTube or this and that, that getting people to believe things, it can cause war by propaganda, putting all this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Things like
Well, like,
that is dangerous.
well,
Yeah,
just going off of what you're saying, House. Excuse me, Randy. Just going off of what you're saying, House. Basically, AI can manipulate you. It can actually go on YouTube and act like you and act like you're doing your show on Fridays right now if they really wanted to. So with that being said, AI could go onto the news, CNN or whatever, and say, hey, we're getting attacked or this and that. Anything can happen. Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? And, just going back to just how you're saying everybody's getting sick here, or like, with the US, well, the reality is that we have the most sick people here in the US. I don't know if you know, but like even Putin, he said, hey, GMOs, anything that has a lot of chemicals, we're not doing that over here. The West is weak. We're the West. A lot of us are sick. I myself have high blood pressure. I have to control it. I'm only 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so, if I don't take care of myself, a heart attack's in my future. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just because of all the stuff that we have here. It's not good for us. Everything that, again, when we go to the market, we go to McDonald's, we go to this all this type of bad stuff. That's all we're intaking. Unless you have your own garden, you know where your source is coming from. You know what I'm saying? And, that's why the U.S. is sick. I'm sorry, Jen, go ahead.
I just want to, like, that point that you made right now is the perfect transition spot for this next clip. So, you even mentioned if we don't have our own garden, so trip out. If we even go to the grocery store and want to buy fruit, right? I want you guys to check out this next clip. And like we've all said, we're speaking allegedly, we're speaking, use your own discretion. But this is a clip of a video, somebody, a woman on TikTok of some fruit that she bought at Walmart. I'm going to
Watermelon?
play a few minutes of it, or a few seconds of it. You guys let me know what you think. Does this look normal to you?
Walmart watermelons exploding everywhere.
So I came downstairs and all of the guts of my watermelon was all over my table, as you can see here. So I guess overnight my watermelon exploded, combusted, and I'm not sure why. So here it is again. The inside looks crazy. It really looks like it is a man-made watermelon. It doesn't look like a natural, intricately grown watermelon. However, I'm just baffled, and I'm not really sure if I want to eat watermelons ever again.
That's a good one.
I mean, doesn't that look crazy? Like,
Jen, can I say something just before I'll let you guys say? You know that thing on the bottom though, that has the watermelon and then it says the C word.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get that thing because I don't think that about that how they incorporated them together. So that could be AI itself.
See, it could, and that was on the video already. Like, obviously, I didn't add that to it. Like, that was on that video, and
I just wanted you guys to notice that, man, because that don't make sense. Right. But I did buy a watermelon from Walmart just recently, and I ate it, and it was pretty good. But at some point, I kind of like looked at it. Because it was like, I don't know how to pick out watermelons, okay? But then again, Strange Day said, he said, this was genetically modified because it's seedless. So anything that I'm gonna want to purchase from now on, I'll get the seeds in it. You know what I'm saying? But then again, who's to say that they didn't modify that, for growth, So, but I don't think I'm going to get seedless. I may still try with the one with seeds, But watermelon is good for you, though. I'm going to stop eating watermelon because it rehydrates you. It contains lycopene. It's real good for your bloodstream, your blood. So I've been eating a lot of watermelon lately, man. Yeah.
I mean, the real deal, yes. And get the ones that have seeds. Don't get any of that seedless. They're not meant to be seedless,
Right. And even now the lemons too. They're coming without seeds also.
Yeah.
And then if it's organic, you could use the seed to regrow another one,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
I was trying to see if I had this other video it was giving me trouble downloading it, and that was kind of tripping me out too. But it was a chicken breast, and just the texture of it alone, it was not like it looked
Processed like a mother hubbard.
yeah.
Weird looking.
Hey, they have 3D printing. They're 3D printing chicken right now. You know,
No.
and it looks just like chicken and everything. 3D printing, and they're going to be selling it, and you can't tell the difference. But you know what? This reminds me of a time when I barbecued and I went and got some chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it looked like chicken and everything, I said, I want the boneless chicken, blah, blah, blah. But when I threw it on the grill and I was cooking it, chicken don't bounce like that. You know what I'm saying? When you flip it over and it starts bouncing.
Only if it's alive.
Right?
Right.
I said chickens don't bounce like that, so it's not chicken, man. And it didn't
Snap,
even
crackle,
taste
pop.
like chicken. You know? So I says, I'm not going to that store no more.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? That's true. And what's weird about, I have the clip saved. I'll post it on the community page maybe. What tripped me out about this little clip that had the chicken in it, right? I know I had bought some chicken. Oh, look at the baby. I had bought some chicken breast that was like that before. And because I cannot stand for no like extra fat or cartilage or nothing to be on so I trim my meat up real good, right? And I remember the specific time I was like trimming it up and I'm like, this meat looks different. Like I felt like, I don't know, something wasn't right. And I was like, am I tripping or I don't know.
Hey, they are 3D printing that chicken and it's going to be out on the market. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy, right? Yeah,
I will not try that.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Less food.
I mean, does it have ink on the chicken? I mean, 3D printer. I mean,
no, it's 3D printing. They're printing it out, man.
No, I understand. Yeah.
It's printed.
It's crazy, man.
It looks fake. Yeah, I'll post it. It looked like it was in script, but connected to and like we said, it's all alleged. We're not trying to freak nobody out. We're not saying this is possible, but you know, just let yourself think. You know,
House, you're such a conspiracy theorist, House. Just kidding. Hey, Jen, a quick question. Is there like a different crowd of people? Because I can't see like the chat. I mean, is there some new people here? I mean, I don't know if the topics are intriguing people to come.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's shout some people out, guys. That way we give them some love, and that way we can let our brother
eat up over here.
We got Lefty Lucy, Gas Mask.
That's right. What up, bro?
209.
Let me see.
That's my brother.
We got Fume.
209.
Cholo Trucker's in the house.
Cholo Trucker.
Orale Trucker. What's up, Essa?
Yeah, right there. Start fasting and let
Jesse Baca. We got Heart Life Pastor Tony. We got Pastor in there. Stuck in the System. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before.
Man, hey, get Tony on here. He's awesome. His energy is great. I love that guy.
Right,
he's great.
Right.
He's he has a lot of energy for sure.
Right, Pastor, you got something you want to add?
He wakes up everybody, man, and then some.
Right, that's crazy. That's just I don't know. It's just interesting stuff for us to talk about. But you know, there was also, like, just kind of backtracking a little bit, we were talking about the AI stuff. There was, I don't know the girl's name. There was a case that happened a couple of years back, right? Where she was like, you know, she was a model who's very attractive, but she was very, you know, how would I say it? Like, I don't want to say the wrong word. Like straight path, straight and narrow, clean. She didn't do anything risque or whatever, you know?
Straight shooter.
Yeah, there you go. All of a sudden, there was these videos on a XXX site that had her in it. Right? But check it out, it was not her. They were able, they meaning whoever does this kind of weird stuff, were able to take her face and add it to a body that looked very similar to her build
Yes.
in some triple X type videos, and she took it all the way, and she was suing over it. She was able to get most of that taken down, but here's the thing, like once it's out there,
Right.
You know what they got now in AI is they got a robot that can create paintings, artwork, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you go ask AI, hey, I want President Trump in a jumpsuit and in jail or whatever, it'll show you that picture. It'll create that for you. So if I wanted Jen to be on a beach or whatever, it'll create that. It will. And it's a trip. It's not in a painting, but it'll do it on the thing if you ask it. And it was like for, if you want, I seen it on a thing for creating tattoos. So I said, it mentioned tattoos. So I wanted to see what it was about, right? And then so I put an ideal in there, and it started giving me these weird things that coming out, weird things.
Wow.
But another thing about AI intelligence is, and I'm not shitting, excuse my language, I'm not joking with you guys. It taps into everything that is on the internet in your house right now, because you know what, my Xbox is going on by itself. Like I said, my phone went off and I started hearing this Chinese people talking, and I shut it down on a thing, all these things, and it's tapping into whatever is hooked up to the internet. It has the capabilities. It could communicate with the computer languages. It could hack into anywhere,
How about if you think of something, next thing you know, it's on your phone?
Yeah,
you just think
Exactly. That's what I was about to bring up, Denise and House. Basically, AI can scrape the thoughts of your brain.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, okay? And
no,
it's like,
I agree.
I'll be right there. I'll be right there in front of Netflix or Hulu. I'm like, why don't you play this movie? And a month and a half later, boom. I'm like, great, thanks. Thanks for scraping my thought that day. But, I really don't want anybody, reading my mind. You know what I mean?
Your routines too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I was talking to this one gentleman at this one mechanic place, right? And when I left and I came back, he popped up on my Facebook, and I didn't even get anything from him, anything. And he was on my Facebook right there, man.
Right. And even when you're talking about something like, say, my little one comes in, we're talking about cats or something. All of a sudden, there's an ad that pops up.
Yes.
Cat food or cat litter. And it's just like, what?
Hey, these are AI intelligence right now,
I challenged it the other day. I was like, is this me or am I tripping? But I thought it was something, and then it came out. Yep, came out on the phone. I was like,
yeah.
I believe it.
Gene, what do you think about that?
That's crazy. I believe it.
Is Randy Gene?
Oh, I don't think she heard you. Randy,
what do you think about that when you think of something in your phone, next thing you know, it's on your phone?
Oh, they're just,
you're not even speaking.
You see your camera on your front of your phone, right? This is what I think. This is what I think about it.
Okay.
See that little camera? Well, there's somebody on the other end.
Ooh. Yep.
Just like your TV has one. Just like, okay, look, I got baby camera, right? It's a little square box, right? Tell me why I hear it clicking when it's just supposed to be recording. Why is there taking pictures? I unplugged it. It's clicking.
My husband threw Siri away for that reason.
It stayed charged.
Yeah.
I went and threw that thing in my husband's trunk to the car and said, throw it in the garbage. At his work, so it's away from me.
Right?
At night, I shut my phone. I turn off the notifications and the ringer and everything, and I set it down on a table, right? And it's charging for the next morning. But if I get up in the middle of the night and I walk by, it senses me immediately, and it goes off right there, and it goes off right there. And from a distance, it picks you up like it's just listening. Although it's shut off, it's listening. because why would it turn on right there when I walk by? And it happens all the time. It does.
Feels your
So
vibrations.
yeah, it does. Isn't that a trip? Because they have these phones now that could check your heart if it's abnormal, if it's the
Your
rhythm's
hands are on
good.
it too.
What's that?
Smart.
If your hands are touching the phone,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it can scan whatever pulse or whatever's going through your hand at that time, all that.
I know it's got my fingerprint because that's how I operate everything. Fingerprint.
Yeah, I never did that. Like, you know how they would be like, some of it, I don't have an iPhone, but they would be like, you have to put your fingerprint or your face recognition. I never did that.
I have my fingerprint from my phone.
I don't
It's
like
a Samsung.
Like 4 updates.
Okay.
I do that because it makes it easier because I don't want to type it in all the time and this and that. And just
It's more convenient. It's more convenient.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. Like AI was saying. AI was saying like, okay, they're trying to make it easier for human beings, okay, in the workforce, less injuries, this and that. But and it was also saying that it's going to take jobs away. There's going to be a lot of job displacement.
Oh, by far,
and it's happening over here in LA. They already got those those police dogs, the what do you call those robot ones? You know.
And what about the robot? Yeah, didn't they have an issue down there where one of the robot things like injured somebody?
I think it's happened on a couple of occasions, honestly.
Yeah.
The AI robot dog, yeah.
I don't know.
And they kind of look like they kind of make them look like German Shepherd statue, but it's more like, it looks to me more like a greyhound or a Malinois.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like
You know what I want to bring up right now is, okay, the thing that happened in Maui, to go back to that Maui thing.
Yeah.
On what's that thing on what you call predicted it again? The Simpsons.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's very realistic, honestly. I used to think it was hogwash, but it seems really.
What's up with that, man? That's a trip.
No, that
it is a trip. Well, with you going back to that, I wanted to bring this up. I'm sure you've all heard of the Illuminati, and there's been a lot of conspiracy about that. I, in my opinion, feel that it's 100% true. The Illuminati's up behind so much, and if you want to know what's going to happen in the future, all you have to do is look at Hollywood and see the movies that they're putting out, because everything that
that was creepy.
Yeah, that tripped me out.
I'm gonna have a dream of that.
Well, again, I mean, basically, Hollywood's predicting everything. Terminator 2, Legend, all these different movies. I mean, they're all coming to truth in some certain way. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's funny because they cannot help it but to put their plans out there, and then we see them happening. It's weird. All you got to do is look to Hollywood to see what's going to be happening. Does that make sense?
They got a movie coming out, I think. I don't know if it's in October or November. It's about AI.
Yep.
And have you seen that, the preview?
Yep. And have you seen Clone Tyrone?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, you gotta watch it, and then we'll talk about it. Oh my goodness.
That was Clone.
I heard about
Tyrone?
it. I haven't seen it.
What is that like, Randy?
No, I never
well,
seen it.
just know when your radars, when your hair stands up on you, and or any feeling that you get that's not right, it's not right. Okay. It's not right.
A lot of frequencies out there, not not natural.
Hey, that time, Jen. Remember, I was on Jen when I had that client in here, and I was tattooing his arm, doing his sleeve. Yeah. And I'm chopping it up with him, and we're going like this. My lights turned on by themselves, and then he was laying down, and I was about to say, "Hey, look at that! The lights turned on by themselves." As soon as I said that, they went off. No. And then I told him, he's a trip out on that, man. Frequencies or whatever, man. Just they're tapping in,
Trip out on this, and I'm not claiming this over nothing, but there is one. Okay, so I have 3 altogether, but you know how you have I don't have one in here right now. So the little Alexa in your house, right?
Yes.
And, so there's 3 in my house altogether. Well, the one that ends up in my bigger bathroom, everyone wants to listen to music when they're in the shower. That one will just randomly in the middle of the night go off, and the same song every time.
What?
and nobody in the house will go to it. They'll call me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, when you know, I'm like, are you kidding? Like, nobody will go. I'm like, just unplug it. They're like, no, you do it. And I'm walking back there in the name of Jesus. I don't claim any, you know.
You're like, get out of my house, I rebuke you, get out. Like,
With my Bible, I'm not claiming nothing.
like, where's the water? Where's the holy water? Let me get it. Let me get it. Sage.
But it's only that one, and it's a trip. It's always the same song, and it'll go off at random hours, and it trips the kids out. You know?
It sounds like haunted house is rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
Haunted house. There you go.
To the neighbor.
You know, when I see things like this happen, I hey, what's up? Come on in, you know, or whatever. Hey, I don't stress over it, man.
Yeah,
you know, I say, hey, welcome. Who is it now?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I just like, hey, let it happen, because other people are like, oh my God, like my sister, she would say, oh no, it's haunted. I am not going in your house no more. You know, and I said, man, embrace it. You know, don't fear it. Embrace it. You know,
for sure.
Embrace it.
What was that, Randy?
Do you guys believe in other dimensions and realms?
Big time.
Yes, and you know,
challenge.
I believe
there's a heavenly realm, and it's a spiritual warfare every day, every day.
Yeah.
Randy, have you ever heard of CERN, Randy?
Yeah, explain a little. I might have.
CERN's a big machine, I believe, in Switzerland, where it absorbs a lot of power, and they say they're trying to do certain things with it, but they're actually trying to open portals. As funny as that sounds, you know. I'm sorry.
I see. I got Bertha the Big Drill mixed up with that one, but yeah, I've heard of that one too.
Yeah, no, it's been around for a while. It's a big machine. You can YouTube CERN, CERN, and there's a lot of different hypotheses on it, but definitely it's used for a sinister act. And I would like you especially to do some research on it. Check it out.
Yes, and there's also under Hollywood allegedly. You know how? Okay, look, I got. This is. I don't know if we have enough time for this. Okay, you know how all of our cities have cities underneath them, allegedly?
Mm-hmm.
Which we know there is, because when you dig, you find bricks and you find other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Catacombs.
Yes. Do you remember the mudslide?
Several of them.
Okay, the big one, way back. Big one.
And
right?
in what state?
Right after the Ice Age or whatever. So anyways, the big old mudslide came down and covered these cities. So basically they just rebuilt is what they said. Okay, well, they said that with Hollywood too, but that's not what I'm getting out of it. Is all the old satanic holes and everything and layers are all underneath it, where they have a portal down there too.
You see, that right there, I don't know. I have to see it to believe it. You know, that's just me. But you know what? It's true about those, like you were mentioning, the Illuminati and all those things under the cities, underneath cities. In LA, they're supposed to have a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that under certain parts of there. You know, over here they have tunnels that they drill, because there's what do you call those? Military installation over here, the Air Force Base, and then they have where they store the weapons in the bunkers, you know, and the hills. They're like big old hills that go like this, and you'll see the
big mounds.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't doubt that, you know, but you know, one time I got a letter from Skull and Bones. Have you heard of them?
No.
They're like one of those just like the Illuminati, Skull and Bones. They wanted
I never heard of it.
Look it up. They wanted me to sign up with them, and they promised me I will have health, I will be riches than anybody, and this and that.
Bullshit. Excuse my language.
They promised me everything, bro. And guess what? I wrote them a letter back. It says only I serve God, and I believe in God, and blah blah blah. I wrote them this thing, and I sent it back to them. I declined their application.
Great.
You know, but
Great
yeah,
job.
I did get a letter from there. That's when I was a business owner, and for some reason, they came and shot me that, and I said, "Nah, I'm good, man."
Dang.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
big.
secret society. It's a secret society kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Weren't one of you guys on the last show talking about, you know, was it you, Jen? Were you talking about underground? You know, you were you talking about it, Jen, about underground cities and stuff, about medicine being underground?
Well,
Oh,
it wasn't. I don't know that it was necessarily an underground city, but my grandmother had told me about like the government had like medications and stuff like that stored in underground bunkers,
Bunkers. Yep.
like for elite presidential type figures if there
Right.
were so happened to be something
Saludos, American
bad
Top Gunner.
in the world, you know.
From what I understand, though, I mean, a lot of the millionaires are starting to dig bunkers, and I know that the government has already started to go underground. That's how we also know about like our medicines, like how they are able to determine the expiration dates because they did all these types of tests. You know, so like when they say, okay, your medicine's going to expire on this day, you actually have a lot more time. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, it's
honestly,
true. That's what.
but honestly, yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother, I guess, topic, going underground. That this is a reality. And I think that the powers that be, especially right now, Russia actually is starting to dig a lot of bunkers because they feel that, there's going to be nuclear warfare, And so, it's funny because they are, China, no, not China, but Russia and some other countries are telling their residents to prepare for this. And our government is not. It's strange.
Well, you know what? Yeah, which is true. We have military equipment that can penetrate those bunkers, no matter how deep they go. And the mother, not the mother of all bombs, it's called, but we do have them that can penetrate. And so if they're down there, they're not going to be safe. But in reality, but war's not good for nobody. You know what I mean? Like, and you make a good point there. I agree with you. Strange Days about us being some bullies sometimes, and taking over people's things because we need resources and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or we go over there and do these things. I believe we do that, and every country is trying to do that right now. China, everybody, they're trying to do
they're
that.
taking they're taking our role, basically. They're taking our government's role. We're not the big bad wolf anymore. I mean, we I hate to say it, but USA is not in control anymore, and from, what the important things that we should be knowing about. I mean, our media does not tell us about. They only lie to us, say Ukraine's winning the war, stuff like that. But that's not happening. You know what I mean?
And who's to say that?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Who's to say that artificial intelligence isn't doing all this stuff and telling us all this stuff that we're reading?
Very questionable.
Stuff,
You're right. I mean, you got to question everything.
Thing. Yeah. Definitely.
Crazy. Yeah. You just never know. I think that's what's so it's cool that we can come and chop it up and bring up all these different topics and put it out there, share some opinions, and also be like, do your own homework. Do what you think
exactly.
is right. Look into what you feel is right for you and your family. Your faith.
Don't believe me. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't hurt to go look.
That's true. But the key thing is, do what gives you joy, brings you joy. How you want, because certain things in life won't bring you joy because and like other things like the news or this and that. Do what brings you joy, man. Live your life, enjoy your life. You only have one life to live, and that's why I changed my life around and I gave myself to God in it because I enjoy it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace. I have trials. Don't get me wrong, but He carries you through the trials. So that's why just ground yourself, man. And some people ain't, I'm not going to push it on anybody because that's not me. I'll talk to people. And if they don't want it, hey, I dust like the Bible tells me, just dust the dust from enough my feet and just next, But in reality, nowhere gives you peace. Like where I see you, Strange Days, is you have peace. You're out there. What brings you peace? Solitude, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, yeah. And at some place, I've been married 2 times now. Right now, I'm single and I'm by myself, but I'm okay right now. I thank God Almighty. You know, where brings you solitude? Do I miss the home cookings? Hell yeah, I do. But it is what it is. You know, and
I hear you.
but yeah, so just find that peace within yourself, man, and break it off to your kids, man, and show them, you know, your grandkids, whoever, man, you know, and that's it's a big plus because they'll make your because a lot of people now these days, man, they think differently, man. They think, you know, we have to have all this stuff. You know, I've had a lot of stuff. We have to have this. You have to have that. Nah, because then it brings more trouble and it brings other
Material
things.
world.
Correct.
Expectancy for more.
Live a simple life, and you know what? I'm not sad to say that I'm not a rich man. I'm rich in other things. You know what I'm saying? Because I lived that lifestyle where I had everything: gold, cars, house, everything. But I'm humble now, and that's how. When you live your life like that, you'll be a lot happier, and then you do for others. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You help others because it makes you feel good, man. Shout out to
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Jen. I seen that thing you posted, and you know what? And that's something that it's a good thing, man. You know, because you're doing what your heart tells you to. You're listening. You're being obedient to what God tells you to, because God tells us to do that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, man, for that, man, because that's what brings me joy, man. That's what brings me joy. You know?
I appreciate that. That, I mean, that's what makes it feels better to give than to receive, like for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
It does
For
bring
sure.
me joy.
it does,
And
man.
I wish
You
more
help.
people would reach out. And when I say that, just know, hey, know this, like I am being completely upfront. I am somebody who gets help as well.
Yeah,
Okay. So when I post stuff like that and say, hey, like if anyone's in need, I can hook you up with this or that, it's because I'm being blessed also. And I have no shame in the fact that somebody's blessing me. So I'm going to make sure and be sure that you're blessed also.
that's right.
Pay it forward.
That's
Yes.
right.
And
Absolutely, man.
even if I
And
do,
it's
I'm
not
going to
bragging
do what people are
bragging or
doing.
boasting. It's not
No.
bragging or boasting. It's doing what your heart is telling you to do, and what God, being obedient, and that's a blessing, man.
Yeah, I want to make sure my people are good. God's people are good and taken care of. And if there's something I can do, I will go out of my way to do it. Like it feels good to bless people, you know?
You
Absolutely.
gotta stay humble in the jungle. You know what I mean?
That's
That's
right.
what
You're right. You're right. That's right, man.
American Top Gunner. Thank you. God bless you.
Hey Jen, I would love to send a super chat too, but I don't know how to do it. I can't right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know it because you're on. I don't even, it's been so long since I hooked mine up. And have they changed it too? I think, did they change the whole super chat thing? I don't know. I need to
It seems.
hook my new card up to it. I know that.
Do you have it on the
Okay.
bottom there? Oh no, you don't even.
No, I mean the super chat people can do because it's just
Okay.
linked to the.
Hey, you know what, Jen? Like, I don't mean to sound out of order or anything. It's not like I'm a rich man or anything. When I can, shoot a super chat, excuse me, I will. But I really would like to see, our audience, your audience, excuse me, our people, you're basically dedicating your time on Tuesdays. It would really be cool to see you kind of basically get paid for putting the show on. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to our, the viewers now. If the viewers, if you guys got it in you, if you can, a little bit, shoot, see what you can shoot over, I think it's worth it, you know what I mean? And I appreciate what you're doing. So I hope that makes sense,
Well, I
Yep.
appreciate
It makes
that.
sense.
You guys are all like bless. You guys bless me. You bless my life, my heart, my like. Believe me, and even just you guys being here blesses me. So anything extra,
for sure.
just icing on the cake. But thank you for that, brother. I definitely I see that and appreciate it.
Hey, it's good to
Right
see you,
on.
Strange Days, man. It's been a while, man.
I know.
It's great to see all of you guys. And again, I would love to see all of you guys in person one day where we can all hang out. Again, I'm going to throw it out here on the live. I would love to use my ranch as a place where we could all get together. commit to making it happen. Again, I know it's far for a lot of us, but hopefully one day, like maybe one day, hey, this is the day. Let's shoot Jen a bunch of super chats so we can get her down here. You know what I mean? Honestly, you know what I mean? That would be really cool if we could set something like that up, and again, just get together, have a good time, and just be cool.
Hello, Teresa. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm thinking, I don't know, what is the weather like down that way in November?
I was just gonna.
Yeah.
In November, it's for me, it's great because it's not hot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you could be you could be outside in the daytime with just like a little windbreaker, but in the night we'll start the bonfire and we'll warm up and we'll have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't do heat. So
hey, and you know what? See the open skies, 360 view. I bet, huh?
For sure. Yeah. If you want to see the Big Dipper, it's right on top of my property every day. You know what I mean?
I'm a geek. Hey, I want to say this. I'm a geek when it comes to that, man. I like to chill outside, and I really in the area where it's open and check out the stars. You know what I'm saying? I like to do that because you also see satellites. You see them traveling. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what do you call that? Strange Days. All the satellites out in a
Starlink.
Starlink. I see them going across, man. Just one after another, just boom, boom, boom. You know.
Yeah. No, I've seen it out here too. I actually this summer I've seen it 3 different times when I was doing the grades at about 3 a.m. It was a pretty amazing sight.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. I first time I seen it, I looked up and they were just going across, and they have a distance between them, but they're just a train going. Yeah.
Right. And also that, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, though. I think there's something sinister going on with the Starlink as well. I don't even want to open up that can of worms, though,
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to
hey, but you know what? The main thing is just live your life. Enjoy every day. Thankful that you wake up breathing, man. Enjoy every day, right? That's the main thing.
Definitely.
Because some things are out of our hands, that we could just pray for it or go from there, man. And just just be prepare. There you go. Prepare yourself, but
right?
But don't stress over it.
For real. You see that?
Woodstock style. Hey, did you guys see that one thing?
How we're gonna do
right
it.
On, trucker. Right on.
Hey, did you see that thing in the desert in Nevada?
In Nevada?
Yeah, where they had I guess
Burning
they do it
Man.
once a year, where they had everybody gathering like a Woodstock kind of thing, and they do something there. Well, it rained
Burning
real
Man.
hard, and they got stuck in there for like 2 or 3 days.
I saw that.
Because it was so muddy.
Yeah.
Our brother Strange Day said it right there. Burning Man. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Randy.
Yeah. The news. They tried to report when the rain came that.
Wait, was that
oh my
Las
goodness!
Vegas?
Everybody's stuck. That's what they tried to say.
Exactly how they did it.
Yeah, but then the people from the party actually said, "Hey, we're having a good time. It's all good." You know what I mean?
But then again, they're exaggerating everything on there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some people waited it out. Some people, they said we're calling taxis or something. I don't know.
You see 4x4s just going by.
Yeah.
Having a good time,
was
balling.
that in Vegas or was that in Oregon? I don't.
In Vegas, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it's Vegas. Like in Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they had who was it? Like a famous comedian that was like rescued from there. Was it Chris Rock or
yeah.
It was down there, like a bunch of people were down there doing their thing, and I saw him getting a ride out in the back of a truck. I was like, oh man, that was perfect timing.
Yeah. It depends on how you are. If you sit there and say, hey, I'm going to enjoy it and just ride it out, if you got the time, or because it's going to eventually dry up, you'll get out, or some people panic like, oh my God. And then the news makes it sound worse than it is,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's not, I don't know. I'm not that brave to be testing the weather like that, but you are. If anyone else has a question or a topic you want to drop, go for it. And I know next week we're going to get back to some of our like relationship topics and then some. We've got a really good one I'm hanging on to from our brother Crust for next week.
All right.
Shout out to Crust. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Crusted. Yeah, you guys, if you have any topics, hey, shoot them my way. Shoot them to House, Denise, Strange Days. Shoot them to Randy Jean. I mean, we'll get you, we'll get it on here. And
This Friday, I'm trying on
Teresa,
my
much
this
love.
Friday. Yeah, this Friday on my channel, I'm trying to schedule a couple of people to come up here in front of the wall. So I'll know by tomorrow because I was talking and chopping it up to them. And it's either a sing along karaoke kind of thing, and they get up in there, and it's all in fun. So it's Friday, 9:00, like with Crust and I.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they come through by tomorrow, Crust will be here and would be here, and it's gonna be fun, And eventually it's gonna be a little different,
Yeah, let that be one of your things. Like I would love to see that. Solo, if you have a relationship topic, shoot it. I would love to put that on next week's
Yes.
show.
I think you're gonna do. I'm sorry about that, Jen. I think you're gonna do great with your Friday night gig with Crust, man. I think it's only gonna grow as more and more people find out about it. I think it's gonna become something cool, and I'd like to be a part of it at one point.
Yeah, we're talking in the background, man, and you know what? You're more than welcome to come over here, man. If you got the transportation, you want to come in and kick it with us, you're more than welcome, brother. You know that. And I'm extending that out to even Denise too, and all you guys. Randy, you live far, Randy, and I know you can't fly out here.
Washington.
and Jen too, man. Like I said, Jen.
Next month, no, the month after next. I'm gonna come down that way.
Yeah, if you ever come down this way, Jen, man, and you're close to me, man, you're more than welcome to stop by, say Cuba, and jump on real quick, man. And that's a. Go ahead.
And Jen, and if you do, Jen, let us know so that way we can try to help out with any situation. You know what I mean? To get you down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, like I would really like everybody to be able to get together. You know what I mean? So let's work on that.
Hey, you asked me, Strange Days, about having a tattoo party, right? And I was contemplating that, but I'm talking to my son right now. He's been busy working because he also tattoos. And so I'd rather have two people here tattooing in order to do that. But it's not like we're going to do big pieces, do small pieces or whatever,
right.
So everybody enjoy food, music, and whatever, and chill, But right now he's been busy working,
Got it.
He's been busy and I can't stop him from doing his regular work,
For sure.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. Thank you, OG. I'd love to have you on one day if you're ever down. Appreciate you. Yeah, that'll be cool too. For all of us to get together, most definitely. And Randy, I'm gonna be closer your way. I think next month. I don't know. We'll talk on the side, but I'm gonna go see my son, my oldest son. He's up your way, kind of. It'd be cool if we could.
Are you flying, Jen?
You know what? I think I am.
You got this, Jen. You got it. You got it.
I'm gonna go to the doctor first and give me a sleeping pill, but I got to. My son, he has a 4-month-old. I have not met my grandson yet.
Wow.
All right, Teresa.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I'm a grandma too.
Yeah, girl, I gotta get up there.
You know what, Jen? I never been on a jet, but I've been on the Cessna plane, and I flew from here to Vegas. But how is it in a jet plane? Does anybody know? I mean,
I don't know. I flew one time only. Like I've said it before, and it was when I got married. And I don't know if I was traumatized because of that or the plane.
Because of your marriage?
I think it was a sign. God was telling me, "Girl, get off the plane." It was a long time ago.
I got my feet on the ground.
Hey, have you ever flown Strange Days?
Yeah. I mean, on a big airplane, like to Chicago. I used to fly up to Humboldt a bunch of times.
How is it when you take off, bro? How is it? Is it like a ride or something? Because I've never been on a plane.
It is trippy when you're gonna take off, but then you get like that basically, and then you feel it kind of like a ride, and you feel it, and it's not scary. I'm sorry.
You feel the G-force or something? You're like in the back.
Yeah, you could kind of feel it. I mean, you're comfortable and all, but you can feel that escalation of going forward, or up, you know what I mean? And that's kind of a trippy thing. And then when you land, it's kind of trippy because you hit the tires and you hear the skidding and everything, and that's a little bit trippy. But bro, like it's rare when planes go down, so it's pretty safe.
The turbulence is like falling, like
turbulence, yeah.
Is that true?
Sometimes you can get into bad turbulence, but I guess that's only if you're going through like a storm or something. But thankfully, I never had to witness anything like that.
Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah. The City 18 shout out. Good evening. Good to see you. You guys check that out. Randy's gonna be on at 9, jamming out. You guys go request a song.
9 o'clock.
From our girl. Yeah.
Randy. So like, what type of like, so you're going to be hosting right now? Like, what are you playing? Like, just any type of music, or what's your genre? What type of vibes there?
I like my peoples, my equals, make my check.
Whatever.
Right on.
Whatever they put in the chat is where I play.
Yeah. I think she played Chicano rap for me one time.
I loved it. I was like, hey.
Special orders. That's right. I just want to thank everyone for tapping in tonight. This was fun, a little something different. Yes, Jesse, there was turbulence. I flew to Vegas, and I guess when you fly over the mountains like that, I don't know, it was turbulent.
Yeah, that's where I ran into it in a little plane. So I felt it in a little plane. Damn.
I was not feeling it. But thank you guys for being here. Next week, same time, 6:30. Shoot some questions if you guys have some, or topics, and we'll get to it. Crust, we got your question next week. Your topic, and look at there, our brother is sending.
You see that else?
Yeah.
Wait for Cholos.
There you go.
I love tortas.
And we love you still.
We just talked about that the other week too.
Like you said, how tortas need love too. And actually, right now, I'm next to a place called Los Lasagnas, and I'm gonna go get me a torta right now before I go home. For sure.
Yeah, you're like this, walking around. I love tortas.
What kind you get?
What kind of torta do you get?
I think today, I usually like to get a lengua, but today I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a carne asada.
Hey man, when lenguas cook real good, man, I could just rub down on some tacos, man. Oh heck
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Heck yeah. Hey, when I used to have my tattoo parlor, right? We used to feed everybody. I would be cooking lobster, shrimp, and one of the tattoo artists there, he had he could cook some good lengua. So we'd be tattooing, having a little thing going on, man. And he made some bomb lengua, man.
For those of you that don't know what lengua is, it's tongue. It's cow tongue, and it's effing great.
Cow tongue. Ugh.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Hey, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
I used to think it was gross till my mom's boyfriend tricked me and told me it was just steak.
Yeah.
And I put it in my mouth. And then he's like, that's cow tongue. I said,
the actual tongue,
good.
I would have probably ate it.
You're like,
we started fighting. Trust me. I was like, yeah, it was great.
Let me ask a question, because I really don't know, but buche. What is buche? I love it, but only when it's crispy. Only when it's crispy.
I think it's stomach, right?
It's in the lining.
So it's
right.
So that's not tripas then, because tripas is different.
Tripas is different.
Yeah.
I love tripas too.
I love buche, but only when it's crispy, man. And
you
gotta have it crispy, man.
He's like, that texture? No.
Yeah, the tripas, that's the intestines. But okay, so
do you like tripas, Jen?
You know what? I don't care for the irony aftertaste. Let me just say that. I'm sure, it can be prepared in a way that isn't so much like that. But for me personally, I've never cared for it.
Hey, who out of us 5 are liver eaters?
I've never tried it.
When I was a kid, that was served up.
Really? Liver? Yeah.
I like liver and onions.
I think I've eaten liver one time, and when I tasted it, no more for me, man.
It's not like I'm gonna go order it though. No.
Yeah.
But when we were little, it was put out on the table. My grandma made us eat it, and I had to eat it.
Yeah.
Same.
No pig street for me.
Hey, when I was a kid, Randy, my mom used to cook rabbit, right? And she would say it's chicken. So we'd be eating chicken until when I went out there one day and I seen her with the rabbit by its neck and then hitting it like this, then chopping it up. And then after that, I used to call the dog. You know,
Is that where you got the name Conejo?
Oh no!
I used to give it to the dog under the table. Here, dog.
Yeah, do it, huh? See, and that's how it. When I grew up, that's how it was. Like my dad raised our own beef, our own pork, everything. So it would always, be like, "Hey, don't give it a name because that's dinner.
We're gonna kill it." Yep.
Name it.
I walked in on my husband's grandpa giving my daughter the whole goat head,
right?
On her little high chair. I was like, "Oh, get that out!" Get that out.
I used to, hey, Denise, I used to hate waking up when I was younger and opening the freezer, and then my mom would have one of those in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a lot of meat, though.
I mean, that's too much.
They're all the tender like meat is around the cheek, the head area. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell us that Route 66 cruising reunion is this weekend in Ontario.
Oh yeah, in over there. Yeah, Route 66, Ontario.
Right.
Cholo Trucker's going to be there.
Yep.
You know what I seen people eat, which kind of grossed me out, is squid. I mean, not squid, octopus about this big, right? And it was crunchy. It was all fried, just like fried. And then they just got it with chili like this and dipped it and started biting it. Now the head just reminded me of a tarantula, man. I'm like, I couldn't see myself. He goes, man, it's good, man. I said, nah, you can have it. I'm good, man.
Wow. Right, Jojo?
Yeah, I know.
That's good stuff.
See, I've ate squid jerky, but I won't go for the slimy texture. I can't do it.
But you know what? I ate octopus, but in the what is it called? When you have the seven mares, or what is it?
Siete madres, yeah.
Siete mares. And I had it in there, and then I had what do you call that? Squid calamari. Yeah, calamari. Yeah, I like calamari. Yeah.
For sure.
I've never had it. I'm kind of scared.
Yep.
But I will try it.
Yeah, try it. Try it like even if you just try like the breaded
fried
and
calamari, anyways.
Oh, it's good like that.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it for you guys. I'm gonna make a little TikTok for you too. I'm gonna do it.
Yes, do it for us. You guys,
like this for you guys.
Find a good what is it called? Seafood place.
Up here?
Siete Madres?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of them on the waterfront. There's Stanley Seaford. There's the Fish House. There's so many. There's so many. But my favorite is actually the Ram.
Okay.
And it has a great bar, great dance floor. I mean, like, yes. Everything is just yes.
Yeah, we all know
I mean,
you
like,
like
you want to go have dinner and then just talk or whatever, go to all the other ones. But if you want to have fun, and talk and do Ram.
We all know you like to dance, Randy.
That's what's up. Thank you guys for
coming.
I'm gonna get signed out so I can get Ruby into bed. Thank you guys, Randy.
Thank you.
Hey, good seeing you there. Strange days, man.
Yes.
Likewise.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
That's right. How's the tattoo?
Anytime you need me, let me know. I'm here.
Yes, happened with Brandy at 9. And everyone in the chat, let's shout some people out, guys.
Thanks, sis.
We got Turbo Duran, Jesse Baca. We got Jojo AZ. Jojo AZ's in the casa.
Yes.
Teresa, we got Teresa in the casa. Goat, definitely Goat's in the house. American Top Gunner.
Big Med.
Bethy Lucy.
Yes, Scotty.
Hey, gracias for everybody being here, man.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Those of you that dropped those super chats, like, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. More than you know.
E-Vision.
Vision, that's right. Buenas noches, that's right. And let's stay in touch. Next week, Tuesday, 6:30, we will be here. Thank you to everyone that's here tonight, and let's stay in touch, guys.
Sounds good.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Bye.